I love that face plant in the intro there. Good evening. Welcome to Hot Rocks TV. My name is Rockfish. Another Saturday night in the Northwest, the Northwest's only music television program focusing on local music. And with us tonight, a very cool band called Windowpane. We'll talk to the guys here in just a few minutes, but let's start the program out with one of their videos. This is 28 from Windowpane on Hot Rocks.
Halloween, ladies.
And that's number 28 from Windowpane on Hot Rocks TV. That was recorded at Studio 7, guys?
Studio 7, yep.
Very good. Rockfish with you. Introducing the band to my left here, we have Tony, guitar, Kevin, the drummer, and Glenn Cannon. I know Glenn. You guys I've never met before, but it's a pleasure. My band, RAF, did a gig with Glenn.
Yeah.
You've got a little side project called Window Dogs.
Yep, which is Jesse Smith from Late September Dogs and Fall from Grace, then me and Mark Harris from Windowpane.
But what was cool was Glenn got out there beforehand and did a set himself, just your acoustic guitar.
That's right, that's right.
Dude, how many songs do you know?
Too many. Too many. I know a few, yeah. If you look on that music stand, there's a white book there.
Yeah.
And in that book, there's lyrics to about 150 songs. I can't read music, but if I have the words, I can play the song. So I just flip through and, I'll do Rocket Man by Elton John. And yeah, so I know a few.
Man, I mean, you're amazing. You really are.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, before we get too far away from the video we just saw, number 28, what is the deal? What's number 28? Was it the 28th song you wrote?
Oh, wow.
You knew I was going to ask.
Yeah, there was, I'll give you the abridged version of the story. There was a period of time where everyone in the scene started doing these after-hours parties after shows. I hate driving anywhere when I've been drinking, partying. Even if it's the next morning, you're welcome to stay. Don't like to do that. So what I started doing was saying, look, everyone was playing downtown at the time. This is back in the era of the sit and spin, places like that. And I'm like, my apartment, that's when we're going back to.
You've been around that long.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm like, dude, my apartment's right over in West Seattle. All are welcome. And my apartment was apartment number 28. And it got to a point where pretty much Friday and Saturday nights, you could count on X amount of people being over there. I met a lot of different people over there that just showed up at my house parties. I would get home from a gig and walk in my front door. There'd be 30 people in my apartment. And it got to a point where people were talking about it like, well, dude,
nightclub.
Yeah, tonight I'm going to go to the Knock Knock, then I'm going to go to the Crocodile, and then when I leave the Crocodile, 28. I'm going to the number 28. And that's what the song's about. And that's why I say kill it before it grows, stop it before anyone else knows, because it was getting out of control.
Really?
My apartment was a nightclub. It was an after-hours club.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And then my wife and I moved.
Yeah.
Very good.
We're now number 226, but I'm not giving you the street address.
And then Tony, I know we have a kind of a connection. I did Metal Shop at KISW many moons ago, and you were in a band called Sakara. And I really was fond of that band and played some of your songs on that show. And
yeah, that was my very first band. I was in that band since I was, started it when I was 12.
Yeah.
And was in that for several years, and with Jesse from Late September Dogs. And,
sure.
And now Fall from Grace.
Yeah.
Actually, Jesse's been in a million bands.
Yeah, I think we all have at one point.
I love Jesse. He's a good guy.
Awesome. Yeah, really, truly.
Yeah, we go back. And Kevin, what any other bands we'd know that you were in before you got into Windowpane?
Probably not that you would know. I met Tony because after Sakara, he was looking to put his own project together, and he was starting from scratch. And when he was looking for drummers, I think I was drummer number 30.
So that 30 audition.
And
the process was.
Now let me ask you a question. That's something popped in my head. Who is the hardest musician? Like, what is the hardest position to fill in a band?
Probably singer, because through the.
Well, now wait a minute. There's a million
for a good
guys,
band.
There's a million guys that say they can sing.
See, that's the problem. Now, see, we would get people. Once I found Kevin, who was just absolutely sick, then we'd get people coming in. And like bass players or guys, playing, they would come in and pretty much halfway through the first jam, they kind of knew if they couldn't keep up. It was kind of this unspoken thing. And so then it just became friendly. They put their stuff away. You'd talk stories. And everyone would kind of talk in the jam, and they excuse themselves. With singers, they'd come down and they'd just just be awful. And then afterwards, they'd be like, so, man, what do you think?
When's our next practice?
You're just like, so they just completely over their heads. So that was tough.
Tony and I tried to get our project off the ground for a long time and just struggled with singers and bass players.
It was kind of like a kite every once in a while.
And and then Windowpane was a three-piece for years and years and years, and they felt like they wanted to take it to another level and added Tony as a second guitar player.
Oh, cool.
So I was out of work as a drummer for almost 2 years, and I didn't play with anybody, and it was miserable. And then at some point, Windowpane's former drummer, Mike Ectenkamp, who's a great drummer, decided to call it quits and settle down. And the minute he left the band, they called me up, and it was actually
Kevin was Mike's suggestion. He was like, dude, I'm done with this. You guys should call Kevin Roy. And we were like, yeah, sure. And he was like, I'm dead sure. He's an amazing drummer. He's a great guy. Call Kevin Roy immediately.
So it was a really seamless transition. There was almost no downtime, and I had almost no time to learn the material in that first month and a half.
And then we booked like 17 shows in a month.
Yeah,
wow.
First month and a half, we played 17 shows.
Now, do you guys play every weekend?
Then we did.
Yeah.
Then we did.
How about
we were booking the hell out.
No.
Maybe every couple months.
In the Seattle
shows,
market, we try to
keep
do 4 to 6 weeks minimum that just maximizes turnout, gives us a better opportunity to promote, brings a better turnout to the clubs.
And what are you doing in the interim? What are you just writing songs?
Oh, we'll go to Moscow, Idaho, to Spokane,
Okay, so you're
LA,
a touring
to Portland.
band. You guys play
Spokane.
We haven't done
Idaho.
what I'd call full touring at this point, but we get around a bit. Yeah, we'll scoot outside the neighborhood and.
That stuff's finally in the works. So.
Yeah, we do have some serious U.S. touring avenues opening up to us
Really?
this year. Yeah, we've been
Very
working
cool.
with Syndicate 17, which is Chase Culps, Chanel Summers, and Darren Howard. Chase is in The Crying Spell.
Name
Used to be
dropper.
in Point One. No. I'm
Sure.
trying to get. I'm
No,
giving you guys love. Yeah.
And we appreciate
Chanel
it.
used to be the drummer in Veritas, and Darren. Darren's down in Hollywood, but he was the bass player from Point One, and they founded a bunch of musicians, local musicians.
Cool.
Founded this Syndicate 17 group, and they're doing licensing, music placement, and they've been working with us and doing a lot of great things for us. And they're the ones that are helping us try and find U.S. tour opportunities. And we want to go out with a national or semi-national where we're playing the, small or large clubs, small theaters, kind of just to fast track things and get the band in front of people that way.
Now, is
That's what we're working on now.
Windowpane your band, Glenn, per se, or is it a group?
It's
I would say
definitely
it's
a group at this
yeah,
point.
It's
Everybody has a little bit of a say, and
more than a little
absolutely.
bit. It's
More than a little bit.
full-on democracy.
Yeah,
when we
cool.
write, it's the four of us. Absolutely.
Yeah, each member of this band has been doing it since we were.
Yeah, everyone brings their own
little
thing to
kids,
the table.
so,
I mean,
yeah.
Kevin, as a drummer, will tell me, "Hey, Glenn, man, this is cool, but wait, maybe you should try singing this. Try this vocal pattern. Actually, what I'm doing here and what Tony's doing there, if you sing this way, that's what it's like. I'll have lyrics, I'll have vocal ideas. These guys will say, try that melody, change this phrasing.
Well, and
it is a full round robin. I mean, it's nobody's band. We're a unit.
Sometimes
We're a band.
Kev even comes
We're a
up
band.
with riffs,
Yeah.
guitar riffs.
Yeah.
He'll come
And
in and be
I-
like, I got an idea for the bridge of this song.
You know,
We're like,
even
wow, dude.
though
Yeah.
I played drums, I think every member of the band considers themselves songwriters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we all work well together.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, and I mean that can be a long process. Sometimes there'll be 2.5 hours of chasing your tail just to realize that we were better off before we even started picking an idea apart. But everyone brings their. I mean, we're a band. It's not a Billy Corgan situation where he says, "I've written these songs and here we go." And I'm a Pumpkins fan, okay. But,
Oh, not me.
But I would hate to be in a band where I was that person, or there was a person that said, "Here's your material and this is what we'll do," because really you're limiting yourself by doing that. Extremely limiting yourself because you've got 3 other guys that are really talented that definitely have something to offer, and if you cut that out of the equation, you're really shorting yourself of a lot of
Well,
potential.
I can tell we have a lot to talk about tonight. Hot Rocks TV, Rockfish with Windowpane, but we do have a bunch of videos to play for you. So we'll get to the next one, and then afterwards you can tell us what this song is about. It's Alive and Well from Windowpane on Hot Rocks.
Whisper cry. can do it twice as loud as that. On 3. 1, 2, 3. You goddamn right.
Having some good fun with Windowpane, Alive and Well. That was recorded at Studio 7. Tony, Kevin, and Glenn in the studio with me tonight. And very quickly, let me mention that coming up on April 1st, the 3rd annual Hot Rocks Music Awards Show at the Kirkland Performance Center. We're going to have the Mothership live playing for you. Also, Mind Flow, and a very special performance by Blue Thunder. They will accompany Scott Rockenfield from Queensryche. With a pretty cool little number. So you got to make sure you get out there and check it out. Tickets are available. Check us out online. And again, it'll be April 1st, Kirkland Performance Center, the 3rd annual Hot Rocks Music Awards Show. Lots of great presenters. Craig Terrell of the Seahawks will be there. He's a musician. You know that. He's got his own band.
I didn't know that.
Dude rocks, man. Craig is not only does he
What's
take
he play?
Not only does he take heads off on the football field, but he's a pretty amazing musician. I believe he's just the singer, but he might play a little guitar. I've never seen him, but I've heard their music, and they're pretty good. Also, Michael Wilton from Queensryche will be there. Some other special guests, I'm sure, whose names escape me right now. Scott Vanderpool from KZOK. Joe Bryant of the Bob Rivers Show will be there. Ted Smith from the Men's Room. Hi, Ted.
Hi, Ted.
It's going to be a good night. Good night. April 1st at the Kirkland Performance Center. So make sure you come out and join us. Now, back to Windowpane. That song, Alive and Well. You guys, first let me say, you kick ass, man.
Thank you.
You guys are, I mean, the energy on stage, the vocals, and you told me you were a little sick that night.
I was really sick that night, yeah.
You can't tell from the video.
Thanks.
Or the audio. And I got to say, the Hot Rock staff do an amazing job on their videos.
They really do.
And their audio. They really do, man.
Stuff's well edited. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah. But Alive and Well, how old is that song? Did you write it, Glenn?
That song is from the album called The Silence that I think is about 3-4 years old now. 4 years old, is that right?
Oh,
Five.
So how long has the band been a group? How long has Windowpane been around?
This version of Windowpane's been together for 4 years.
Yeah,
4 and a half.
I'm the most current
Kevin's the
member,
most
and I've
recent.
been in for 4
Let's
years.
just say the
now.
name Windowpane's been around for a long time, but it hasn't been this band like this band.
So is he fully vested in the 401k and the profit sharing?
We don't have any of that stuff, man. He's got a couch he can crash on.
He's fully vested in the Windowpane debt. Yes.
He's got all the debt. Yeah, we all share that collectively.
And gigs coming up in the near future. What do you guys got on
March
the horizon?
26th, we're doing a really cool show with Fall from Grace, No Ground, Catatone,
Riverband.
and Riverband at Studio 7. Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
At the same
That's
place
March
where
26th.
that was.
Same place all that footage is from.
That's I've been in Studio 7 before.
It's a great venue.
Yeah.
It
It's a
sounds.
Great venue.
It's all about the.
Yeah,
Let's
we
say hi
love it
to
there.
Tracy. Tracy's an old buddy.
Hi, Trace.
Hi, Trace.
Tracy and Nicole. Yeah,
Yeah,
we love them.
they're
Actually,
great.
all the staff there is fantastic.
We've known them forever.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's March 26th coming up, just a few weeks. So we're looking forward to that. I'm hoping we can really have a good night that night. There's some great bands on the bill. So.
And I think if you're looking for something to do tonight, we're going to head down to Club Motor here in a little bit.
Probably see you there.
Rock Out for ALS happening. In fact, Jesse, you mentioned Jesse Smith. His band is playing tonight. Late September Dogs and some other bands. Maybe we'll. In fact, I think Jesse coming up with On the Wire will mention that show tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Beautiful.
So a little more information about that coming up shortly. Now let me ask you guys. Other than music, what floats your boat? What blows your skirt up? You like sports? Do you like?
No, we're kind of.
I like hot rods.
Is it all music?
Yeah, it's all. I really like old cars. I like firearms. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm talking like state-of-the-art 1851, like black powder cap and ball revolvers.
Really?
And I'm into really old cars. I like
You don't
hot
do like
rods.
the old. You don't dress up like an old Confederate soldier and do the
No.
the reenactments, do you?
Anything that's old, I kind of dig. I like old cars. I like old guns. I know that's kind of weird, but no, the only thing, I'm a difficult guy to have a conversation with unless you're really into music. Then we can talk.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Gear,
really into
old
music, so
gear.
we wouldn't have a problem.
I work on old Marshalls,
Yeah.
old gear, old tubes, anything from the 60s
Yeah.
or early
Kevin,
70s.
anything that we would find interesting
I
other
just
than
like
music?
being a free spirit and floating around Seattle and meeting new people and hanging with friends and just waiting to see our band hit the road.
And do you mind if I say you're the only rock and roll drummer I know that doesn't drink?
Oh, no, not at all. No,
What
I'm
is your
actually-
problem, man?
It's just something I...
Give him a few more years with us.
right.
No, I'm just kidding. That's cool.
No, I just wasn't my thing.
Keeps us steady, I'll tell
Yeah,
you that.
Very
yeah.
cool.
A
It's
lot,
just never
lot
been
of
his
nights
thing.
of being
It's like
the,
everyone's always like,
designated
"Oh,
driver.
dude, tell me your story." But-
Everybody's got their thing, you know what I mean?
I'm probably responsible for at least 20 after shows where we all made it out alive. So
Yeah.
That's true, actually.
Very good.
In
So-
fact, that's key point. He's probably responsible for where the rest of us are.
I think the underlying, the word is responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're always responsible pre-show. He's responsible post-show. Basically, he's like a child care provider.
Yeah.
Now, we're missing, again, the bass player's
Mark
name?
Harris.
Yes.
Mark's
Yeah.
not here.
He's working down in Portland. He's
he
doing
really
a
thumps
staging
it
gig
out,
down
too.
in Portland. Yeah, Mark's
Oh, yeah.
an
Mark's a
amazing musician.
monster.
I've been playing with Mark, God, pretty much my whole life. And he's a great human being, works his butt off. Hey, hi there.
Self-edit.
Yeah, self-edit. There was a little eep right there, hit the delay. But yeah, Mark's a great guy. He just couldn't be here tonight because he's working, doing a staging job down in Portland.
Got to
tonight,
make a
so
living.
We all got to pay the rent, man. Got to pay the mortgage.
Now, a staging job, what exactly is that?
He's doing staging for a concert that's going on.
Oh,
down there. So
okay.
he's
Is
setting up the stage, doing lighting, stuff like that. Like
So
doing
even
all
his
the
day
rig.
job has to do with music.
He'll get to meet cool people and stuff. Tell us
Very
all about
cool.
it. Rub it in our face.
Very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Now, let me ask you about the writing process for the band. We kind of touched on it briefly. Influences? Do you have musical influences?
A ton.
Do you all have different musical influences that you bring into the
absolutely.
Yeah, we come from
process?
different worlds.
You know, and it's always hard to describe what kind of band we are.
I like that, though. Anybody that watches Hot Rocks will know that if you tell me we sound like this band, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Because that band's already,
The
they're
nice
already
thing,
themselves.
in the past couple years, the comment we've been getting back from a lot of fans is people say, I was asked what Windowpane sounded like when I was like, you need to check out this band. And they all seem to say, within the past couple years, they say, well, they sound like Windowpane. And, you can take that one of two ways. Like, we're
That's
some,
great.
cra-
It's a
we're some
really big
crazy
compliment.
prog
That's cool.
band
We always
that you
take that
can't
as a big
describe, but,
compliment.
we all have our various influences, and they definitely come from all over the grid. We're all different in that way, but trying
There's
to
this
pinpoint
big gray
that-
area
I
where
could
we all
name
have
the
exactly
bands
the
I think
same
we resemble, and I bet
influences, too,
Tony and Kevin would
Well,
say something totally
I
different.
don't really want you to name the bands that you resemble, but I do want you to, after we come back from this short break, I want you to tell me some of the bands that really kind of like turn you on. So maybe some of the CDs
we can do that,
or
sure.
some of the music you have on your iPods. So think about that.
I don't know an
okay?
iPod.
Good for you. Both my kids have iPods. I don't either.
I want one.
I'm a vinyl guy.
See,
We're too
I'm a
broke.
musician. I
Yeah.
want one. I don't have any money.
Yeah, we don't have
because
any
I'm a
money.
musician. So I can't afford an iPod.
I was
because
a
play
part of.
guitar.
I was a
right.
part of four or five radio stations going dark. And when a radio station goes dark, you go in there and you raid the albums.
Oh, I
like
bet.
the program director always
dude.
makes a mistake when he tells you that as of Sunday night at midnight we are no longer a radio station because most of the albums are gone by Sunday at like
Oh, dude, yeah,
9 o'clock in the morning.
As of Saturday at midnight, my record collection will have
Exactly,
increasified its
exactly.
effectability.
It's Hot Rocks TV. Rockfish is my name. We're with Windowpane. Call us up. The number's on your screen. If you've got some questions for the band, they'd love to talk to you. And we'll come back, find out who some of their musical influences are, and also a couple very special dedications for tonight's program going out here in just a few minutes. But first, let's check On the Wire with Jesse on Hot Rocks TV.
Thanks, Rockfish. Here's tonight's lineup for March 12, 2011. El Corazon is all ages tonight with Pave the Earth, Against the Grain, Delta Soul, Enthuse, The Outline, and Eric Thomas. Doors are open at 6:30. Club Motor is hosting Rock Out ALS tonight. Bands include Late September Dogs, Pretty Enemy, and Jar of Rain. This show is 21 and over only, and doors are open at 7 o'clock. Flights Pub in Everett has Cage the Wounded tonight with special guests. Flights is 21 and over, and this show begins at 9. Haley's in Everett has a sick end tonight. Haley's is 21 and over, and this show begins at 8. Hot Rock's featured bands that have shows coming up include Wide Eye Panic at Hell's Kitchen tonight, and then Studio 7 March 16th. Burning of Eyes at the Two-Bit Saloon with Arisen from Nothing tonight in Ballard. This is a benefit for Rick Boss of XP Audio. And No Ground is at the fabulous Furwood in Tacoma. March 19th, Alabaster will be at the King Cat Theater. March 20th, Drowned Mary will be at Tony V's Garage. Hot Rock presents the 3rd annual Music Awards Show, April 1st at the Kirkland Performing Arts Center. Special guests include members of Queensryche, Seattle Seahawks Blue Thunder, Craig Terrell of the Seattle Seahawks, the Mothership, and Brazilian rock band Mindflow. For ticket information and more, please visit hotrocks.tv. This has been On the Wire, and I'm Jessie. Here's the next clip from Windowpane called Why Do I?
I think we're back on. It's Hot Rocks TV. Which camera am I looking at? I don't care. Rockfish with Windowpane, and that song was, got to remind me, Why Do I?
Why Do I?
Why Do I? Is it from this album
Yes,
right
it
here?
is.
from this album.
Yeah, actually,
right
all the
here.
material that we have video for tonight from that show is all from that album. Except for Alive and Well.
Alive and Well, yeah. That's from our
Now this is very cool, guys.
Thank you.
I mean, I got to have my readers actually to check the credits and stuff.
We had a lot of data to squeeze in there.
But very cool. Now, who comes up with the artwork? How do you figure out what it's going to look like for those
came up
bands
with a bunch
out
of
there
different
that are-
ideas and kind of scoured the net for different ideas.
We had
and
that
actually,
concept
Glenn's
of an
wife
aged book. Yeah, my wife did
all the graphic design. And
So it helps if you're a band if you know a graphic designer.
yeah.
And someone that makes T-shirts.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It does.
we will drive her nuts, and she
occasionally.
will come out with fantastic stuff and tell us to
Yeah,
shut
my
up
wife
and be
does.
like,
Those
"Look at this," and
logos,
we're
all
like,
that stuff, that's all my wife.
And where
Yeah.
did you record this?
We recorded that at Studio Litho, and then I did the vocals up at our producer Brett Eliason's place. He's a really, really talented guy. We've been
I've heard
working
that
with
guy's
for several
name
years.
before.
Yeah, Brett's a very talented guy,
Yeah.
and we're really lucky to work with him. And he loves us, we love him, and we did that record with him, and it was fantastic. So I cut all the vocals up at his place. It was mixed, and all that was done by Brett, and we cut the main tracks at Studio Litho down in Fremont, and that's another great little studio, fantastic gear. I believe that's Ed Shaw that runs that place. Is that correct? If the name's wrong, Ed, I apologize, but I know it's Ed is his first name, and he's a great guy.
You're thinking of Ed Shaw that does a lot of booking, aren't you?
Maybe
Does
I
Ed
do
have a
Probably.
studio too?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you got it
I know the
confused.
owner of that studio's name's Ed.
Okay.
And so I probably just.
Because I know Ed Shaw, and if he's
Okay.
got a studio, I'm going to have to give him a
Stone,
call
right?
because I didn't know that.
No, I don't know.
Where is Windowpane's Daybreak available?
You can get it any online, iTunes or basically any
iTunes,
online
Amazon,
media store.
Napster, at our shows, of course, and then any online avenue. If
Very
you
cool.
go to any of them, we're there.
Now, so at your shows, you've got your CDs are available. You've got your T-shirts. I see you have some nice women's underwear that are
Yeah,
available.
well, that's
Absolutely.
important. I think that's very important for
Very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
We actually sell a lot
Whose
of those,
idea was
man.
it to come up with the women's underwear?
I think, we got to blame this guy.
We used to sell thongs like hotcakes back in the day, and
Yeah.
occasionally there's that overserved girl that's like, well, I'll put them on right here if you give them to me for $5, and we're like,
Okay.
all right, let's do that. And then trends and styles change, and everyone was buying the booty shorts, so we started doing the little hot pant
Booty
short
shorts.
thing.
It's
yeah.
very cool, man.
Yeah. Apparently they're very comfortable. I'm wearing a pair right now, and they're very comfortable.
Very good. They look kind of. My mother-in-law brought me a pair back from the Ellen show, believe it or not, and I think they look exactly like
Ellen
that.
sells hot pants.
No, well, she sells men's underwear.
For women.
Yeah. No, well.
You mean Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah, I'm not wearing them tonight, but they're pretty
Ellen
cool and
probably
pretty
isn't
comfortable.
either. So,
No. Actually, I think Ellen does wear men's underwear. To be honest with you.
well, we're talking about roll or garmentry. There's a lot of different ways. we
Very
can go there.
good. Rockfish with Windowpane, and I wanted to say very quickly tonight a heartfelt our best wishes and our sadness goes out to the family of Mike Starr.
Yes.
Original bass player for Alice in Chains. And I say, you know what? I say original bass player, but if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Johnny Bacolis actually the original bass player
I
for
thought
Alice
he
in
was
Chains?
only somebody's roommate.
Okay.
And I
Well,
could
I
be
might be
wrong on
mistaken.
that. I think
Mike,
he was
of
a
course-
roommate of somebody from that, but he was close to those guys. I know they were
Yeah.
friends.
Mike was, of course, on the first, I think, 3 Alice in Chains records, and we lost Mike, I believe, Wednesday of this week. He passed away in Salt Lake City. And Mike was a good guy. I won't say a friend, but an acquaintance and a really nice guy. Always treated me with respect. And Mike, you'll be missed. And our hearts go out to your family. And also a friend of mine from college I'd like to dedicate tonight's program to, Julie Ardapple. Julie was in a motorcycle wreck 22 years ago and was in a coma for 22 years. And she just passed away this year. Wow, so,
That's amazing.
And at least maybe her suffering is over. I don't know. But anyway, tonight's program dedicated to them. And hopefully if, I don't know, if you say a prayer, maybe you can mention those 2 people for us tonight.
Absolutely.
Let's see. We've got more videos to get to. Also want to mention again the 3rd annual Music Awards Show, Hot Rocks Music Awards Show at the Kirkland Performance Center. Again, April 1st. You want to be there. This is one of the awards that our recipients will be receiving. Now, of course, this will have their name on it.
It looks dangerous.
It's pretty cool. I would love to have
You'd
one
really
of these.
hurt someone with that.
I would love to have. Yeah, you could. I would love to have one of these sitting on my mantle. I got to be honest with you. But that's what's up for grabs the 1st of April.
It's
so
very
make sure
cool.
you come on out to the Kirkland Performing Arts Center. Now, guys, influences, bands that you liked growing up? And I'm sure you run the gamut, but just Tony, fire off some bands that you like.
I'd say Aerosmith, one of my all-time faves. Guns N' Roses, for sure. I was really into them and still am. And AC/DC. Gosh, I don't know.
Glenn, can you sing AC/DC?
We actually do a cover of "Let Me Put My Love Into You." No. We tune.
Yeah, he does it his own way.
And so I do it in a very low bluesy way, and we slow the song way down. And the fan response to it was so great. We did a free EP for people that bought tickets to our last show.
Oh, cool!
You bought 2 tickets, you got a free EP. And we gave away a version of us doing that AC/DC song because our cover of it became so popular, which none of us expected. We were like, this will be fun. And we started playing it live, and people were like,
right on. Very cool.
Yeah, we do, but I can't sing as high as. I'm more of a Bonnie guy. I'm not.
Brian Johnson.
I can't do the Brian.
Yeah.
I can do more of what Bond did, and then of course I do it lower and kind of a little more bluesy. But and I love the Brian Johnson era stuff too. But they were a little grittier when they had Bon Scott, I thought.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So I kind of take the Bon Scott approach to AC/DC. Because I just can't sing like Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson can't even sing like Brian Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not even.
I'm sure he's had tons of nodes removed.
Oh man,
and
yeah. Have a cigarette and a shot of whiskey, bro. You know?
Tony, Kevin, and Glenn from Windowpane with us. We have a caller on the line right now. Tia has a question for the band. Tia, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hi, Tia.
Fantastic. Thanks for calling.
I got a question for Glenn.
Uh-oh, what'd I do?
Hey, Glenn.
Ow! I'm sorry, Tia. That's not your fault.
That's okay.
Ow! It hurts.
Tia,
They're torturing us.
Now,
It's the
Tia,
mind trick.
here's the awkward part. Is Glenn supposed to know you?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if he got his hair cut.
No, I didn't get my hair cut. It's just curly, so it's keeps the curlier it gets, the shorter it looks.
It looks a little shorter.
Yeah, I know.
Just wanted to let you guys know. Craig and I say hi.
Hello.
And,
No, I didn't.
it's
I
Craig
try
on the
not to
last
cut
show,
my
and
hair.
I'm going to catch up with you guys real soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, please
Cool.
do. Please do.
Come out on the
Alright.
26th.
You guys take it easy.
Cheers.
Right.
Thanks for calling.
Tia, thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Hot Rocks, you
Much
can call
love,
us
Ma.
up.
I didn't cut my hair. I shaved my pubes, but I didn't cut my hair.
I believe Randy might be on the line as well. Randy, do you have a question for Windowpane tonight? Randy, you there?
Yeah, I
Randy,
was
can
wondering
you
if they're
hear
going to do a tour in Seattle or Everett.
Seattle or
Yeah.
Everett? You guys going to do a tour?
We got a Seattle show coming up
March 26th.
26th at
Come see us
Studio
March
7.
26th at Studio
It's
7.
a Saturday night. Riverbend, Fall from Grace, No
Catatone,
Ground.
no
Catatone.
ground. It's going to be a great show.
a lot
Yeah,
of
come
fun.
see us at that, man.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you there, Randy. Thanks for the call. Now, Kevin, how about you? Influences. Let's see. It can be a drummer. It can be a band. What floats your boat?
I don't know. I've never really been one of those guys that was an almanac of band member names and stuff like that. When I was real young, I always thought Tommy Lee was cool.
think
But
everybody
then
did.
the more I got older, I started liking all kinds of stuff. And in fact, when I'm not playing in the rock band, I'm listening to a lot of Motown and
But Kevin has an
Kevin listens to
extremely
killer
vast.
stuff, man.
I do
He'll
too.
show me
I gotta be honest
70s
with you.
acid
I'm
jazz.
a
from
James
Africa.
Brown fanatic,
It's insane.
actually.
Wow.
Yeah, spit all over Tony just now, but
It looked
but
good.
yeah,
It's all good.
Like
You know-
James Brown really floats my boat.
A
yeah.
guy I went to school with in Dallas is actually the drummer for the Commodores.
Nice.
I think he's the
Nice.
only white guy in the band, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, I love everything from the Commodores to Black Sabbath myself.
Oh, yeah.
So. Glenn, how about you? Who do you cite as influences?
The ones that are probably the obvious ones, and like when I first got into music, man, my buddy Jan Vandenberg, who was a few years older than me, played me the Lemon Song. I heard the Lemon Song, and that was it. That was the beginning and the end for me. So Led Zeppelin is a huge one for me. Hendrix, Floyd, I'm a Gilmore fanatic. Clapton, but Steve Winwood era, and even old Steve Winwood,
Sure.
Traffic, stuff like that. I am like Guns. I thought was killer. A lot of the early '90s were a great time for rock and roll. Late '80s, early '90s, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. I love those bands truly and deeply. I'm a big fan of King's X, Ty Tabor from King's
Oh
X.
my
It's just-
God, Jerry
Yeah.
Gaskell and company. I love
Yeah,
those
man.
guys.
Fantastic
Wow.
band. But and I got into a lot of drop D tuning between Kim Thale and Ty Tabor. That's where I got. And then when I first discovered drop D tuning, it was "Lone and 10 Years Gone" by Jimmy Page.
Sure.
But you know, when I was younger, dude, it was Slash. You know,
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses or without Guns N' Roses, everything that guy's ever done, I own. But I can say the same thing of Jerry Cantrell. Everything that guy's ever put out, I own.
Yeah.
So those are the ones, and it's weird. I mean, as a singer, I started out just being obsessed with guitar, and ended up becoming a singer. And I'm probably a better singer than I am a guitar player.
You're a damn good singer, man.
Well, thank you. But yeah, singer-wise, like John Fogerty. I'm a big CCR fan. Nobody growls like Fogerty, man. And in the rock world, people go, CCR? I'm like, listen to Fogerty growl. Listen to Born on the Bayou. Listen to Run Through the Jungle. That guy had it in spades. So as a vocalist, Plant, Fogerty, Cornell, Ozzy, Axl Rose, actually, dude, his phrasing. When you hear that guy sing, and I don't care even if it's now, his voice is trashed, you know it's him. You know it's him. So Axl, as a writer and as a vocalist, was actually a big influence on me as well. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Windowpane, our guests on Hot Rocks TV. Again, you can phone us up. The phone number will be on your screen if it's not already. Don't forget the 3rd Annual Music Awards show coming up April 1st. We've got 2 more videos from the band. This one is called House of Cards. It's Windowpane on Hot Rocks TV.
You guys might know this one.
goodness. We are back. Hot Rocks TV, Rockfish with Windowpane. I'm having too much fun. You guys are watching great videos. I'm having a good time.
We're telling
with
war
the band.
stories, yeah.
We have a phone call very quickly, though. The gentleman on the line is Dave. Dave is watching Hot Rocks TV all the way down in Oregon, and Dave is the band's favorite truck driver.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
right?
Photographer. He always rocks his Windowpane merch. Dave, we love you, man.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother? Love you, dude.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man, how you doing on the road, bro?
Awesome, man. Hey, I got a little problem. I was wondering if you guys could help me out.
Talk to
that?
me, Goose.
I wore out my CD.
Good for you.
I know
We'll
a
get
guy
you
in the
another
band,
one, man.
Dave. I know a guy in the band. We'll get you another one.
Right on.
Dave, is Dave from up here originally?
This is where we met him.
Oh, yeah.
We met him at shows. So
Gotcha.
Dave's an awesome guy, dude. He's
just a long-haul driver, huh?
Good friend.
Yeah.
He just started doing that. Yeah, Dave's a
Cool.
good friend of the band's. Totally.
Very good.
We love you, dude. We miss you, man.
Yeah, I missed you guys too, man. How was the show last week?
Oh, dude. It was awesome.
Dude,
man.
I don't know if you saw the pictures on our Facebook, but it was off the chain, Dave. We had Showbox Soto completely packed. Crowd went nuts. It was a great,
There was
great
a
show,
thousand
Dave.
some people.
You were with us in spirit, bro. It was a
fun, man.
fantastic show.
I wish I could have been there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you
but
were there,
you
dude.
gonna come on the 26th, next Saturday?
Are you in town?
They got a show on the 26th. Where's it at? Maybe Dave didn't hear.
Studio
Studio
7.
7? I think we lost Dave.
We may have.
Hal, open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Thanks for the call, Dave.
Love you, Dave.
All the way from Troutdale. Rockfish with Windowpane. We've got another video, but do we have time for a little quick story, or should we jump right to the video there? In the produce. Okay, we were talking. I wanted to tell you what we were talking about that made me crack up during the last video. You guys were talking about being sick on stage. There's a running joke that one of these days you're all four
Gonna
going
be
to
healthy.
be healthy.
Oh, this
at the same
entire
time.
winter, ever since October.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
been-
Well,
one of
yeah.
us is sick.
I was playing in a band. Our guitar player was a smoker. He was smoking on stage. I'll try to make it quick. I'm just a singer, right? So every once in a while, I'll take a break behind the behind the PA stack and kind of take a swig of a beer. Well, I run behind the PA to grab my beer, and he had just put his cigarette out in the beer.
That is the worst.
You talk
The
about
worst.
Pearl City, man. And the problem is the stomach bile affects your vocal
Oh, yeah,
cords,
dude.
and you can't sing another note all
I'll
night
give you
long.
another quick one. This was at the Central years ago. My hair was much longer then. And
Yeah.
I inhaled about a 3-foot strand of hair mid-song. Now, I play guitar, so I can't do anything about that. End of the song, I made my way behind my Marshall stack, and I'm pulling at this hair. Eventually, it broke off. So now and this is mid-show, place was packed. I don't have a lot of time. So I'm shoving my whole hand in my mouth. I finally get this hair, and when it comes out, I immediately vomit into my own hands. I wipe that on the curtain, and I step out from behind my rig, and we go right to the next song.
That's why the Central smells like it does.
Yeah, it might have been that. Well,
it's
dude,
all
what was
Glenn.
great is 3/4 of the crowd was just freaking out, like, yeah. But this one little area over on Mark's side could see behind my rig. So I'm up there rocking out, and I look to the left, and everyone on the left's going, yeah, I'll never forget that as long as I live. Yeah, it was terrible. It happens. The show must go on.
The show must go on.
Show must go on.
Windowpane on Hot Rocks TV. Another video from them. This one again recorded at Studio 7. This is When I'm Done. Hot Rocks.
But first, I'd like to ask all you guys for a favor. Save my soul, 'cause I'm not anything I was meant to be. Save my soul, 'cause I'm not anything I was meant to be at all. Listen, can you hear it? It's the only way I can slip away and forget myself. When I'm in this place, there's nothing
There you go. That is When I'm Done from Windowpane, and that is available on this CD right here. It's called Daybreak. Windowpane in the studio on Hot Rocks TV, and there's another song on here, guys. You said called "Show Me the Way."
That's correct. Yeah.
"Show Me the Way" is on will be on a new Ving Rhames movie.
Ving Rhames film. Yeah.
The movie was shot a few years ago, but it
days.
hasn't come out. We learned a lot about kind of how the movie industry works when we went through that whole process. And the movie's shot, done. The guy's still looking for the distributor that fits what he wants out of the film. So it's not out yet, but it was shot 2 years ago.
Now, did you get paid for that?
No, it's a
we did it for
cross-promotion
cross-promotion.
thing.
We were going to promote.
We got a free
film.
video out of it, though.
Yeah.
Which has Ving Rhames and stuff in it, you know, footage from the film, of course. It would have been great if you got on stage with us, though.
Well, I got to tell you, man, this is my third show here at Hot Rocks TV, and it's been a lot of fun. And I want to thank Windowpane for joining me tonight. You guys made it real easy for me. Your next show, the 26th of March.
March 26th,
March 26th,
couple weeks.
Studio 7.
2 weeks from tonight.
March 26th.